Delcy Rodriguez, Vice President of Venezuela.
Representantes de Cuba que están acá, al presidente Lucho Arce, su comitiva, al presidente Petro, sus ministros, su delegación, que están aquí presentes en este
I'd like to thank to all the presidents gathered here today, their presence in this summit.
En 1818. El pueblo venezolano está dispuesto a sepultarse en medio de las ruinas si España, si Europa insisten en encorvarla. Yo puedo decir hoy, año 2023, que el presidente...
The people in Venezuela is willing to fight against the last man for keeping their rights against, especially against those countries who are attempting to their sovereignty, especially European countries and North America. Brothers and sisters from Europe, you must know that the Venezuelan Revolution has suffered all kinds of attempts.
¿Saben ustedes que en el año 2019 se inició un peligroso proceso de agresión contra nuestra patria como no la habíamos conocido nunca antes?
All countries in Europe and the rest of the world know that in 2019 a very complicated process began against the Venezuelan people and the Venezuelan sovereignty. They have tried to destabilize and disunite people in Venezuela, but we have stand against that. They have tried to intervene in our internal affairs, in our territory.
Recorre todos los rincones de nuestro planeta. Pero luego de años de resistencia,
it's true that neoliberalism has affected every corner of the world. But we're now here today. We are fighting against this kind of politics. So we can say that we have been struggling against this kind of politics. We also have been fighting against it, not only in Venezuela, but also in the rest of Latin America. We have suffered all sorts of aggression. We have suffered politics aggressions, economical aggressions, and also social. There have been certain figures that have violated our laws and our customs and have proclaimed themselves presidents of the country without a proper election. All of this with the main goal not of helping people in Venezuela, but to rob them and use their monetary resources and natural resources, only to enrich themselves, not to help the people. We reject all this kind of position against our country. We reject all those people who have tried to destroy our laws and proclaim themselves presidents of the country only because they have the support of North America and the President Donald Trump. We are aware of the situation that we are facing right now. We know that all these countries are only trying to rob us and to destroy our natural resources to enrich themselves, not to help us. And also, all of these countries, it's important to highlight that they believe, they think that they don't owe us nothing, in spite of that they have been destroying our natural resources and interfering in our internal affairs for hundreds of years. But we can tell that here in Venezuela and also in the rest of Latin America, neoliberalism will not succeed and capitalism will not succeed.
Arropados por la crisis económica, por la inflación, por la negación al derecho a la vivienda, por la falta de empleo a nuestros jóvenes, la falta de esperanza que se ha sembrado a raíz de un conflicto que tuvo su origen justamente en el irrespeto al derecho internacional.
All of the problems that we're facing right now, the unemployment, healthcare system, education, they're all roots from the effects of capitalism.
En lugar de atender una conflagración que busca nuevamente y tiene su origen en la economía, en apropiarse de mercados.
All of these problems that I have mentioned before are only a result of the politics of all of these countries. And we are the ones who are suffering this, but we're not the only ones who are suffering. Countries in Europe are also suffering as well.
En medio de las horas, yo diría, más peligrosas que ha conocido la humanidad. Mucho se ha asistido a cumbres climáticas, presidente Petro. Y mire dónde estamos. Ya hay un punto de no retorno.
We have suffered the effects of the environmental changes, and in relation to that, we can tell that we need to act now. We need to change our way of acting. It's only a matter of respecting the rights, not only of the people, but also the rights of the nature as well. Because we, humanity, we are going to be the ones who are going to be affected if this problem don't take a solution right now. Not only the humanity, but especially countries in Latin America. A real fact right now is that the resources that are being overused are also being are not being used properly. These resources are being used mostly for military purposes, not to help the people and to improve the current situation. But we, the Latin American countries, have never stopped dreaming. We never have stopped hoping for achieving our goals and change the situation that has been affecting us for the last years.
Donde Venezuela ha sido completamente excluida del sistema financiero internacional.
More than 900 laws and policies have been implemented against the Venezuelan people.
Estamos aquí de pie, alegres, trayendo el mensaje.
But despite of that and all the consequences that it had brought for the Venezuelan people, we are here now standing.
Y yo decía que vive la humanidad horas peligrosas. El presidente Lucho ha dado algunas causas. Y yo pondría
Humanity is suffering right now. We all have heard it, what the president said before.
derecho de legalidad internacional como la principal fuente de sufrimiento de los pueblos. Han intentado imponer por todas las vías, por la fuerza, teniendo como pilar fundamental la industria militar. Han intentado imponer y han impuesto un modelo
We all know that capitalism has tried to rob undeveloped country resources,
la región más desigual.
and they have done it by all means, but especially by military means, by using violence and force.
Mientras los gobiernos van de cumbre en cumbre, los pueblos van de abismo en abismo. Y nosotros reivindicamos este espacio con Europa, con la Unión Europea, para hablarnos entre pares, nunca encorvados, siempre de pie.
We have tried to state a dialogue between all of these countries that are producing the situation we have right now. We have had meetings several years and several times, but the situation remains. We are still fighting for our resources. We are still fighting for our sovereignty.
Para el respeto a América Latina y el Caribe. Hay caminos para la amistad, pero siempre enarbolando la dignidad histórica de nuestros pueblos. Así que, hermanos y hermanas,
There are ways to improve this relationship through dialogue and communication that we are willing to start.
defender nuestra libertad, al defender nuestra dignidad y
We will always defend our sovereignty and our right to be free.
por traer la bandera de Hugo Chávez, que siempre llegó a ustedes con una risa por la amistad. Y el
And this is why we're going to stand by our principles. We're going to defend the flag of Hugo Chavez, the flag that Hugo Chavez stand by for so many years.
Muchísimas gracias, muchísimas gracias.
We were listening to the statements of Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez at the 2023 People's Summit. The Venezuelan Vice President denounced Western neoliberal government attempts to intervene in other nations' internal affairs. Rodriguez added they will continue fighting against all types of aggressions against sovereign peoples in Latin America and the world. The Vice President condemned the ongoing attempts of neoliberalism to plunder and exploit the people and resources of Latin America. The Venezuelan official asserted the people of the region will continue to fight against neoliberalism. Social movements and progressive political forces from Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean gather at the Free University of Brussels in a space to outline the construction of a more just world. The two-day forum, the People's Summit, is seen as a scenario of struggle for the right of the peoples to peace and sovereignty, and at the same time a meeting to dream of that world without marginalized people or relations of North-South domination. The People's Summit is held in parallel to the third EU CELAC Summit. We will have more updates on this and many other topics in upcoming news briefs. Stay tuned with teleSUR.